Hello, Jennifer. Thank you so much to you and Collecdev for joining Celebrating Ambition 3.0. Can you introduce yourself and tell us all about Collecdev?
Absolutely. Thanks, Andrea, for having me. My name is Jennifer Burstein. I am the VP of Construction for Collecdev. Collecdev is a Toronto-based real estate developer and builder. We focus on mixed-use developments in the residential market. We have 5 active projects right now that are in construction, and they are all either condos, purpose-built rentals, or mixed-use developments where we have a combination of condominiums and rental buildings.
So, Jennifer, I know you said that during the pandemic, some things happened to you that made you realize that your interpretation of what diversity and inclusion means was actually different and you have a new understanding of it. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. About a week ago or so, I was talking to your partner Jody, and she mentioned diversity and inclusion, and I realized that it can be very single-minded to think of what diversity is. Is it just cultural backgrounds? Is it race and sex, essentially? And the truth is, I think the pandemic has really brought forward a lot of visibility into what diversity means. And diversity can mean different levels of personalities, different life experiences, and different demands and needs that employees might have. So as we were all sent home in March of this year, we realized we're all experiencing this pandemic from a different stance. We have employees who have families at home who had to juggle schooling and children on top of their work life. We had employees who were single and lived alone and may have felt a little bit lonely during the entire experience. And for us, inclusion is providing an outlet for those voices to be heard, and making sure that there are actions taken to support all of our employees. Having Zoom meetings, you get that glimpse into people's lifestyle as well. You can see a lot of people, including myself, being interrupted by our children mid-meetings. And then you have, the other employees who are struggling to find a space within their home to work. They might have set up a little desk on the side of their bedroom because that's the only space that they had. But really, it was about giving them the opportunity to talk and to let their concerns be known. So we, in the first month or so of the pandemic, would start out a team meeting by saying, okay, what's something positive that's happened to you this week, and what's something negative that's happened to you this week? And it sort of maybe puts people on the spot sometimes that they don't like, but it gives them that opportunity to say, this is what's happening to me right now. And you really realize that everyone is experiencing this in such a different light. In fact, it actually gave me the opportunity to be more collaborative and be more involved with all of my teams, because I may have been challenged with getting from one site to the other just geographically. And now I have this opportunity to participate in 5 different site meetings in a day. And as much as I may not be required to be there, it gives me a real understanding of where things are at, where the challenges are, what's going great on the project that another project can learn from. So it was really, I'm a Zoom lover. Not everybody is, but I think it's been a really, really great addition to our company. And I can see this continuing even post-pandemic. I liked getting to know personally every member of our team. And it's becoming more challenging as we continue to grow, because we, even during the pandemic, have added 8 new employees to our organization. So experiencing interviews and recruitment through the pandemic has been a challenge, but getting to have those check-ins, some of those one-on-one times with people who really require one-on-one because they need advice or input, or they just feel more comfortable in keeping you involved in what they're doing in their day-to-day activities, has been quite simple with the use of new technologies. I think before, when we were in the office, if I looked busy at my desk, there was that social cue of don't bother me. And not that I was intentionally putting up a barrier between people being able to come and approach me and ask a question, but they could see that I was in the middle of something. Now it's a quick call on Teams or Zoom or WebEx or whatever platform you're using, or you're scheduling a 15-minute check-in with me in my calendar to make sure that I'm always available for you whenever it's needed.
And so I really love this stuff that you're learning. So, and I always like to break things down to a tiny baby step that people can implement within 24 hours because we know if you take action right away, it leads to more opportunities. So, what can people do to implement what you're sharing with us today so that they can have the success that you're experiencing?
I think a baby step would be asking the question, asking your employees how things are going, and trying to solicit that honest feedback from them. Whether you do that in a group setting like we did, where you sort of put somebody on the spot to say, here's a challenge, or here's a really great thing that's happening, allowing them to have or to think of something to express is a really good outlet. And then, of course, ultimately opening up that line of communication so that they know that they can reach out and call, and it's not frowned upon, that we encourage it.